Welcome, my friends,
to the first episode of Weeb News, or it could be called the Weekly Weeb, if there's enough news during the week to do one weekly, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to go through and I'm going to say what stories in the week have caught my attention in like the visual novel, JRPG, trash game genre.
I want to watch the news.
This is the news.
Alright, so the first story, Seiya no Yuta came out on Steam like a day or two ago. Seiya no Yuta is kind of like a legendary visual novel, and this is a remastered version. They actually rescanned the original illustrations at a higher resolution. Here we are. New game engine, higher quality image resolution, improved translation, and better system compatibility with Windows 10. Now, the game is actually out. It came out on Steam, but the Steam version is censored. And this game is kind of known to be one of the most up visual novels like ever. Not even visual novels, the most up games ever. You know, it's kind of got this legend about it. So I would highly recommend avoiding the Steam version and buying it on the uncensored version on jast.usa. And you also don't support the PC monopoly, which is Steam. So that's a good thing. That's what I was thinking of. This game's like Lovecraftian, if you know what I mean. I don't want to spoil it too much. It's kind of about, I think it's about a bloke and he goes mad and he sees the world as flesh, except for one little girl. Definitely a not evil little girl. Should be just some normal little girl, you know. So I'd recommend picking that one up if you've got, you know, too much money and just like throwing it away. You could give it to me. Alternatively, you know, support me Patreon. I don't have a Patreon, but I'll take any donations. No, I just want to say I am so proud of this community. Not only have we created a game about looting, I don't want to say his name because I'll get demonetized, the fuher, but it reached its Kickstarter goal 1000%. At the time of writing, it's almost like 1100%. Mine waifu is the fuher. This game looks legit. Let's go to the story description here. The Reich on the brink of war. Erwin Rommel just got the assignment of his life, leading the invasion of Poland in Operation Poland Feldzug. Unfortunately, his world is turned upside down when a plot to overthrow the German government led by Oberstleutnant Klaus von Straffenberg results in the death of the entire German High Command. Undeterred, Rommel returns to Berlin to prevent civil war, only to find that the Fuhrer, among the rest of the High Command, is not dead, only changed into anime characters. Instead of leading a simple invasion of Poland, Rommel is stuck trying to prevent the world from descending into utter chaos as the anime Fuhrer runs Germany into the ground at every turn, blundering at everything from military strategy to diplomacy. It's like a $100,000 post. If anyone's surprised when people start marching into Area 51 and getting like cut up and they go, wow, are people really that stupid? Just look at something like this and you go, yeah. We are. Never underestimate the weebs, I'll say that much. In other news, there's a green Joy-Con that's coming out. Oh my god, incredible. Seriously, this is newsworthy. Like, I had to put this in just because it's so stupid. And look, we've already got one. We've already got a green one. And would you look at that? Omega Labrynth Life outsold its PlayStation 4 version 3-1 in Japan. Now, the reason for this is that Sony censored the shit out of the PlayStation 4 version of the game. So much so that they describe it as being able to play the game with your parents. I wouldn't mind this in other games so much, but this game it's basically a porn game. It's like taking the strategy out of a strategy game, you know? It's like in the game, as you level up, your character's tits grow bigger. That's the sort of game we're dealing with. But look, okay, this doesn't surprise me in the slightest, but I just don't get it, Sony. Like, this is a porn game. This is what they do. As for me, I'm not really into these types of games. If I want to watch porn, I'll watch it for free and not have it in my gameplay, because then you're like really horny while you're trying to play a game and you don't... It's very confusing. But seriously, watch this trailer for the game and how long until there's a big titty shot. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of the gameplay. So there you go. Sony, I hope you learnt your lesson. Don't take your anime titties away from the weebs in games about anime titties. As for some notable releases this week, well, we've got Rad coming out on August 20th. According to its description, Rad is a 3D action roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is faced Armageddon not once but twice. Now, what makes this game interesting is its developer, which is Double Fine Productions, who are, legendary, making everything from, Psychonauts to the one with Jack Black in it. And the game's only like 30 Australian bucks, so it's probably like 15 American dollars or whatever. Could be worth checking out. We also have Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark coming out on Switch. I'm pretty sure this game's already out on PS4 and whatnot. Now, this game's kind of like a spiritual successor to the Final Fantasy Tactics series for anyone who was interested in that. And I've heard some very, very good things about this game. So that could be worth looking at. As for the top commenter of the week, well, we've got this gentleman here asking the real questions. On our visual novels, Spooky Ghost asks, is there a relationship between the types of eroge? Is it eroge? Oh, no, I've never actually known the pronunciation of that word. Basically means erotic visual novels. Here are ones you like and the personality of your mum. It then goes to talk about Freud for a bit and whatnot. The top commenter, Ditoria, has the perfect response with, So that's all the news we got for this week. What did you think of the segment? This is probably going to be a bit of a light episode. But are you interested in, Weeb game news? Do you think it's a good idea? Any suggestions for the format? Any other ideas? Let me know, please. I'd love some criticism, some critical feedback. Once again, like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you next week with another episode of the Weekly Weeb, or whatever I call it. That's probably what it's going to be called. And we'll see what's happening in the world of, trash video games next time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. You.